Hello everyone. In this lesson we are going to see about metal forming process. First, fundamental of metal forming. It is a basic process where the raw material of metal or material which is converted into a desired shape of a final product. It can be occurs by four processes, namely casting process, machining process, joining process and deformation process. The above three processes like casting, machining and joining are seen in previous lesson. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the deformation process. Now, deformation process. Deformation process can be explained by the form or operation like deforming the raw material and convert it into a final product which to be obtained or we need it. It's more than a heating process where the metal is heated and then converted into a another shape. It can be occurs by four process commonly. They are rolling, extrusion, die forming and forging. Casting process. Casting process can be defined by a liquid material is poured into a mold which contain hollow cavity. First, the mold is made by a sand of a desired shape we need and it has a hollow cavity. The liquid metal is poured and allowed to cool and then the mold is broken out and the desired shape is attained. It is called casting process. Machining process. Machining process is nothing but the operation occurs in lathe. The workpiece is attached with a motor and it is a fixed die, and other end it is fixed movable die where the cutting and reducing the material is taken. In this machining process we can work various operation like taper turning, facing, forming, drilling, boring, threading, etc. Joining process. Joining process is defined as a two or more solid element are joined temporarily or permanently to form a single compound. In this process, a welding is a major part of joining process, where the two metal are joined permanently by weld bed formation. It is explained by where the two different types of metal are heated at the place where they to be joined. It can be applied by a filler metal or a melting of the same metal which to be joined. Deformation process. Deformation process is transforming solid material from one shape to another by heating them to attain a temperature which is above recrystallization temperature and is called plastically form, and then it is inserted into a tool or die to attain a desired shape by giving a force on it. The deformation process is occurred in three stages, namely cold working, warm working and hot working. Cold working. Cold working, in this process metal is shaped below its recrystallization temperature. Is the temperature is known as room temperature or environmental temperature. In this type of working it need a large amount of force to attain a shape we need. Benefits of cold working. First, no heat is required. Better surface finishing is obtained. Measurement of material can be done easily. Drawbacks. In this, high force are required for deformation. Less ductility is available in material and it needs some heat treatment processes. Recrystallization temperature. It is the temperature where the metal is easily formed a new crystal structure and new grain or shape. Warm working. In this, metal deformation is carried out at the temperature which is in between of hot and cold working. While compared to cold forming, the warm working is more efficient and is more preferable to attain a good finished product. Advantages of warm working. Better finishing surface is obtained and better dimensional control is carried out and less amount of heat energy is required. Hot working. In this process, metal is deformed at the temperature of above recrystallization temperature. Is high heat energy is required in this process to deform the metal to a desired shape. Advantages of hot working: no strain hardening, less force are required, and greater ductility in the material is available. Disadvantages of hot working: high heat energy is needed, poor surface finishing of material, and low life of tool and equipment due to the high heat metal is inducted in this hot working. The working operation can be done in hot working is rolling, extrusion, forging, drawing out. In this, we are going to see about the difference between hot working and cold working. Hot working, the recrystallization temperature is higher and new formation of crystal is obtained, not a good surface finishing, less force is required. Cold working, in this, the recrystallization temperature is lower and there is no formation of new crystal in metal and there is a good surface finishing in final product and more forces required to reform the shape from one to another. Forging, it is the process involving the shape of metal using a localized compressive force by blowing a hammer or using a die in the metal. The metal is heated and placed in between a die, which is shown in a diagram. In this first, the metal is heated. The metal which is inserted is heated and then it compressed by another die, which is an upper die, and attain a shape, and the upper die is impressed in the metal we inserted. By the diagram which shown in this slide is defining the forging process. In this first picture is that a metal is placed in between a two die, one is lower and one is upper, and then the upper die is compressed by using a force on the metal which is placed in between and produce a shape which we needed. The upper die is an shaped die which has a design of product we needed. The classification of forging. In this, there are two types of classification. One is hand forging and machine forging. Machine forging is a powerful forging. Hand forging. In this process, the material is shaped by using the hand or by with the help of hammer and anvil. The heated material is placed in an anvil and blow or stab with an hammer and to attain a shape we needed. By this, in this hand forging, there is no dies are used. The defects in hand forging is the approximate size and shape are obtained, but for commercial purpose we need an accurate shape and size, but we can't obtain it from hand forging. The types of hand forging are: first, open die forging and closed die forging. Open die forging. In this, the heated material is allowed to place in a dies which is used to shape it from one to another. In this, the two dies which is used to stamp it is an open dies which are not closed or completed. It is a basic type of die and it has a planed surface to stamp it to reduce its cross section area and gives a flat metal. Mostly open die forging is used to produce an materials like sheet metals, and then giving a metal plates. Drop forging or closed die forging. In this, the heated material is placed into a closed die which has an complete shape. When the dies are empty without an inserting material, the dies are closed. It gives a complete shape of an product we need as final, and it has an hollow cavity. In case of where the material is placed in between the die when they are in open to form, after the material is placed, the dies are closed by using an external pressure. It occupies the metal which is inletted is occupies the hollow cavity of a closed die and attain the final shape we needed. Is shown in the diagram of drop forging, and in right side we can see the diagram which is a comparison diagram of an open and closed die forging process. In open die it has a plain dies, and in closed dies it has a shaped dies which gives an final product structure. Upsetting forging. Upset forging can be explained in a simple words by decreasing the length while comparably increasing the width of a material. It is majorly used in a large long shaped material, and the extending of width is take place in any one of the ends of a metal which to be increased the. While seeing the diagram of upset forging, in this first, a wrong rod is placed between a two dies and a hammer to be stamped. That may be a hammer or a ram, which is gives a pressure to complete the process. While in second diagram, the dies are fixed with an material, and third, the ramp is pressing the head of the material to be increase the width of that, and while force the action of this upset forging is completed and the head is formed, and this process is mainly used for production in head of nail and nuts. Next, rolling process or rolling forging. Rolling forging is the process to reduce the cross section area while comparably increasing the length of an material which is inducted in it. Moreover, in this rolling process, there are two dies which is rotated in opposite direction to each other to effective in reducing the cross section of a material. Some of the operations done in forging are upsetting, heading, fullering, edging, and drawing out or kludging. In this, heading and upsetting of the process are similar to each other, where the length is decreased while comparably increasing the cross-section area. Seeing in diagram, we can observe that in first, the metal is placed between a two dies, and in second, a punch, that means a ramp is forged in a metal which is placed between the dies and form the shape of head, while decreasing the length and increasing the width of the metal at the one point. By using this product, we can produce the products like nail, screw, nuts. Next, fullering. It is the operation to reduce the cross-section area of a metal from the center point, not at a starting or ending point. This process of fullering occurs only by hammer and the edges of anvil, which act as a fuller. Anvil to produce an shape of a line at the center point of the metal, which is shorted cross section area. It can be seen in the diagram. Edging is similar process done in fullering. In this, we use an concave shaped open die to reduce the cross section area of a metal at one point and transfer the metal from here to an other section. While in fullering, we use an convex shaped die to reduce the cross section area at the center of the metal. Seeing the diagram of edging, we can understand the process occurs here. That the material present in starting point and the ending point is similar to the center. While using a concave die, the metal present in starting and ending are transferred to the center point by increasing their width. By applying force, the dies are closed and the metal of flow in the center point where the concave is present. Drawing out, it is the process where used in manufacturing industries, and it is an open die process where the two dies are fixed at a shape what the cross section to be reduced for us, and they are a fixed die, and by using a tensile force we push the metal at inside this cross section of open dies and reduce their size. The main use in this drawing out process is to reduce the thickness of the material and increasing their length correspondingly. In this bending option, mostly the sheet metal are used and producing a definite shape. In this diagram we can see that it is an V-shaped bend using a V die bending or V die, where the upper die is an V-shaped die and in the bottom die we have the impress of it. The plain sheet metal is placed between the die, and by using a force the V die is pushed or punched in that sheet metal and produce the shape of V. Flattening is the process to flatten an equal shape at the surface of the material by using the hammer or a flatter. By using this operation, we can attain a smooth surface of finished metal. Blocking. Generally, blocking it will not give the exact or finished shape we need, but it has an contribute to great die life, and it shows the finished product will be assumed to like that. Otherwise, blocking can be explained by a die making process, which by using this we can get a product cut off. It is the process of removing the unwanted parts or unwanted piece in the material, and it is an machining process. Breaching. It is the process of metal forging technique to create an cavity or hole in the workpiece. While seeing the diagram, we can see in this first diagram, it is a die which containing a metal with an plain surface, and there is a die or a ramp to give a force on it. And second picture, it is the die as force giving to the metal we input in the die. And while moving to third picture, in this the ramp is removed and there is a cavity or an hollow space shape obtained in the die material is placed. Punching. Punching is the process of creating an hole in the workpiece. While in this, the metal is an heated metal or heated workpiece is injected in a punching press and make an hole. This process is called as an hot punch. Commonly, punching can be explained by giving an force and making a hollow space or an hole in the workpiece. Swedging. It is the process to reduce the dimension of the material or workpiece. It can be occurs in both hot material and the cold material. Main process is done in this is to reduce the cross section or its dimension by using a dice and applying a force on it. Coining is the process which is similar to the process seen in preaching. While in this, a small difference in this. What is this? Is the upper die which has an designed shape to what the finished product to have in this. So that while seeing in the picture of coining process, in that the lower die which has a metal to obtain a definite shape which is pressed in the for upper die, it has an impression of that picture, and by giving a force on it, it impact the that images in the metal we inserted in the die. It is the process of the coining. This process is used for making stamps and coins. The types of forging presses are mechanical press and power press. First, bow drop hammer. It is the most commonly used forging press. In this, we can see in the diagram that the basis is fixed and the metal is placed in that, and the above die or an hammer or ramp, which is an movable, is attached to a rod, and rod is lifted by a frictional roller which attached to a motor. When the roller or rotates in upward direction, that means in forward, the ramp move in upward, and then they lift. Due to gravity, the ramp hits the workpiece and the pressing operation is done. In this, the force applied to one workpiece is differ from 900 kN to 45,000 kN, and the height of lifting of ramp ranges differed from 0.75 meter to 1.5 meters. The force applied on the work metal is differs from the height or dimension of the ramp which they lift. The working principles of bow drop hammer. Mechanical press. This press transforms the rotational force of the motor into the force of pressing action. Generally, this types of press is more faster than hydraulic and screw press, and the force depend upon the height of the ramp where they are left or drop down. In mechanical press, the force varies from 900 kN to 110 million Newton. Crank press. In this press, it is a machine with a crank slide mechanism. Is shown in the diagram. First, the ramp is placed with an closed die formation to have a direct impress of force in the material be inlet. First diagram we can obtain that a ramp is attached with a rod with an clerk. In second, the clerk is moved upward. The ramp goes to the top of the notch, and slide 3, in diagram 3 we can see that clerk is moved to one right side and the ramp gets down, and fourth, the ramp hits the bottom. It's the process of the circular rotation of the crank varies the ramp action. The crank moves in an one-dimensional path, and the path of the crank press delivers the force by passing the ramp up and down and stock the material we inlet, and gives a shape we decide to as an final product. Now we are going to see the mechanism of crank press. Knuckle press. This press is mostly used for making an hole or hollow shape in the material, and the product are used or produced from this knuckle press are tubes, turbines and pipes. While seeing in the diagram is the two presses which press the bottom where the fixed die with an material of hollow shape. To increasing the cross-section area of an hollow shape or diameter of an circular is increased by using this knuckle press. Eccentric press. This press is similar to the crank press, where in crank press the clock, that means a crank shift, has rotated and the rod attached with it and the ramp is move the ramp in one dimensional direction and impacts the material which is at the bottom of it. In this eccentric press, there is an eccentric shift which rotates itself in a circular path and move the ramp up and down and make an impact with the workpiece which placed below it. The action is shown in the diagram. The working of eccentric press. Screw press. The working of screw press can be explained by using this diagram. In this, the ramp is attached to a rod. It has a screw shape or screw impact, that means a thread. Screw thread is impact in that rod and it is mentioned in the diagram as screw, and it attached to a flywheel, that an infinity radius of circular disc, and it attached to a drive shaft which attached to a motor. When this drive shaft is rotated, the screw, that means a flywheel, is rotates in up direction and moves to down. That impacts the screw and the ramp is moved and the force is applied to the material which is placed below it. Working of screw press. The rack and pinion press. The rack and pinion press are a manual press which has an lever which attached to a rack and pinion. When we pull the lever down, the press which attached to a rack and pinion will pull the press to a downwards direction and hit or stamp the material which placed at the bottom of the die. Hydraulic press. It is one of the most powerful press in metal forming process. In this, we can explain the mechanism of hydraulic press by the given diagram. While seeing in diagram, there is a fluid chamber and a piston which attached to a ramp, and when the fluid is in, while seeing in, fluid is in, it moves the piston upward, and when fluid is out, the piston is moved down and knock the ramp or base of the metal die, where the material or an workpiece which is inletted in. The working principles of hydraulic press. Pneumatic press. This press is similar to hydraulic press, where in hydraulic press the fluid force is a major part. In this, instead of fluid, we use an air compressor. In this, there are two types of compressor cylinders. They are compressor cylinder and ram cylinder. The compressor cylinder may also called as air cylinder. When the air comes into the piston through compressive cylinder, the piston moves down and stops the material which plays in the base. When the air is passed through the ramp cylinder, the gas comes inside. The ramp will move upward, and this process is repeated for many times to get an shape of the material we need. Steam hammer. There are two types of steam hammer, which is single action and double action. The single action is the process where the steam is inletted to an piston where the hammer is placed. Pulls the hammer to stock the material. In single action, there is two valves. One is for inletting the steam and another is for outlet. The inlet will only be the process of giving the steam into the chamber where the hammer is placed. Outlet is used to remove the steam in the hammer chamber. Double action is the process is same, but in double action there is a difference where the inletting is have two chamber or two pipes to inlet, and outlet is carried by another valve. It is in same as single process, single action. In double action, a inlet valve can be an act as both inlet and outlet. The steam. Rolling. It is used to reduce the cross-section area of a workpiece. It may occur in both cold and hot metal. In rolling, there are two dies normally used, and they are rotates in opposite direction of each other to reduce the effective cross-section area of a metal or workpiece. Classification of rolling based on process. There are three types, namely reversing mill, continuous mill, ten-tam mill. First, reversing mill. It is a normal rolling process where there are two rollers to reduce the cross-section area of a workpiece by rotating in opposite direction. So, it is called as reversing mill. Continuous mill. In this, roller are rolled in single direction in same order to reduce the cross-section area of a material. While seeing in picture, we can observe that a minimum amount of cross-section is reduced in each rollers of the mill. Ten-tam milling. In this rolling process, there are many rollers are used. In the range of 2 to 18 rollers are used in a single operation to reduce the cross-section area of a material. Seeing in the diagram, we can observe that each set of rollers reduce a 1/4 part of material or cross-section area. Classification of rolling in the arrangement order. There are 5 types of classification, namely 2 roll, 3 roll, 4 roller, cluster roller and planetary roller. First, 2 roll. It is a most commonly used rolling operation. It is defined in the above topic in rolling. In this, there are 2 roller rotates in opposite direction to reduce the cross-section area of a given workpiece. 3 roller. In this, there are 3 roller used to reduce the cross-section area of a material. While seeing in diagram, we can see that a workpiece is inletted in two stages. One is forward and one is backward. The three rollers are rotates in different direction to each other to attain an effective reduction of cross-section area. 4 roller. In this, there are 4 types of roller. We can see in the image. In that, the 2 large roller are backup rollers and the 2 small roller are main roller or working roller, which give a force to reduce the cross-section area of a material which is inletted in that. The large rollers are used to deflection the small roller to prevent the deflection. Cluster roller. In this, more than 5 rollers are used for rolling operation. While seeing in the above diagram, there are 6 rollers, 3 large roller and 2 small roller and 1 very small roller. In this, the very small roller have the more force attachment to a material to reduce the cross section of it, and the above small roller are used to maintain the rotation between the connecting the very small roller to rotate it, and the large roller has the same option or same work to maintain the prevention of deflection between the small rollers. Planetary roller. It has a pair of large 2 roller which has a number of small roller attached to them, and each small roller reduce the sequence on same amount of cross section one by one to the material. It can be explained by the diagram. The large roller is a backup roller and the small rollers are planetary roller, which used to reduce the cross section or width of the material. In sequence, the reduction takes place. The types of rolling operation on different roll are classified in 2 types, namely ring roll and thread roll. Ring rolling. In this process, the small diameter ring rolled in the roller and converted it into a large diameter ring. In this, the 2 rollers are used. They are one driven and one ideal to reduce the cross section of the ring, and edging takes place. While seeing in the diagram, there are the ideal and driven is used to reduce the cross section, and this big coned shape die used to maintain the ring shape or a circular shape of a ring. Threading rolling. It is used to in the production of screws and bolts. In production of gears development industries. Also, the operation done in thread rolling is the 2 dies which has a impress or which has a thread forming in that dies. When a plain metal is placed between these 2 by applying a force action, the thread is implex in the plain metal and produce a thread or a finished product of screw. Metal drawing process. This is a manufacturing process to form a metal work to reduce its cross section, while it is a normal process used like rolling to reduce the cross section area of a given workpiece. In this, the tensile force is a major part or a working principle of metal drawing. The working of metal drawing, where the workpiece is placed between the 2 dies which are fixed at a desired diameter of cross section, and using a tensile force they are pulled or pulled out from this side of die to an other end of a die to In this, they reduce their cross-section area. It may occur in both hot-dud metal and the cold metal. The type of drawing out process are rod drawing, wire drawing, and tube drawing. Rod drawing. It is used to reduce a large cross-section area of a metal to a smaller cross-section area. The force used in this drawing is comparably equal to the force used in hydraulic and mechanical pressure or press. The pulling force is higher than 150 tons during industrial production. Wire drawing. It is refers to mainly a difference between a rod drawing and wire drawing is the rod drawing is used for a large cross section area to a small cross section area. In wire drawing, the smaller cross section area is reduced to a very thinnest or very smallest cross section area of a material. Morely, the production is in the materials like electrical wires and cable, where the diameter of a material can be low as 0.001 inches. Mostly, the diamond die is used for a production of extreme thin wires. More than a speedy way, 20 to 100 feet per minute can be produced in wire drawing. Some cases, drawing is at 10,000 feet per minute. In some of the cases of wire changing their diameter in this process. Tube drawing. It is used to put or hole or drill a pipe or a metal rod to make a hollow shape in it. The main product produced in this tube drawing are turbines, pipes, etc. The tube drawing method can be classified as below: tube drawing with fixed plug, tube drawing with floating plug, tube drawing with moving mandrel, tube sinking. First, fixed plug. It is commonly used method to put an hollow or a hole in a metal rod. While seeing in the picture, the large diameter of a metal is placed at one end and it moved to a die and it becomes a smaller diameter tube. While in this, at the reducing cross section area at a particular place where the die is placed is have a mandrel. It is fixed mandrel to reduce a large cross section area into this mandrel size. It is called as a fixed plug. Float drawing. It is another type of tube drawing process. While we first see it in a fixed plug, there is a fixed mandrel at a desired dimension of a cross section area. In this, it is an coned shaped mandrel to produce a lesser or smaller diameter cross section area of a tube, which is placed inside this die. The working piece. It's moved to a die and the coned shaped mandrel is used and the die is compressed the outer side of a tube and reduce the cross section from the starting point and decrease the cross section at the another side of a die. Moving mandrel. In this, a long shaped circular rod is placed inside the tube bore and it is similar to the product of drilling process. Sinking. Mostly, sinking is not preferable for commercial use because it not use any mandrels used in floating drawing or a fixed plug drawing. Instead of that, a fixed die is used to reduce the cross section area of a given tube. It's shown in the diagram. why the zinc is not preferable for commercial use is the dimension correctness. While the reducing cross section of a tube by using a sinking process will not give an accurate dimension we need, or there may be a causing an defects in the tube like cracking or surface line, etc. Excretion. A material is pushed through an open or a fully closed die. It has an smaller hole at any of the end. Due to the pressure, the forces pulls the metal through that hole, and the dimension or a cross-section area is reduced of a metal is placed inside a closed die. Another words, we can explain that excretion is a closed die working. Mostly, the soft carbon alloy and aluminium are used here. The types of excretion are hot excretion, cold excretion, direct excretion, indirect excretion, impact excretion, hydrostatic excretion. Hot excretion. The material which is placed inside the closed die is approximately at the 50 to 75% of melting point of that metal, and the pressure inside the closed die varies to 35 to 700 megapascal. In hot excretion, the heated material is placed into a closed die and it pulled by a ramp or a piston. The opposite side of a piston, there is an hole of a smaller diameter of cross section where the excretion of metal takes place. The defects of hot excretion is due to high temperature, the long life of dies and the equipment used is not occurs, and at high temperature glass powder is used. Similarly, cold excretion. In this, the same process is done as the hot excretion, but the temperature varies. In this, the temperature is at room temperature or environmental temperature. The material can be used in cold excretion or lead, aluminium alloys, and copper and titanium, etc. Direct excretion. In this, it can be explained through a diagram. While seeing the diagram, the molten material is placed inside a closed die of 3 sides, and there is an puller to pull the molten material outside through a opposite hole presented in the closed die, where the cross section is already a fixed diameter. The puller is pushed. Through that force, the molten metal is extracted out from the die through the hole which is opposite to the puller. This is called as direct excretion. Indirect excretion. It is straight opposite to the direct excretion. In that, the indirect excretion, opposite to the puller, there is an hole to extract the metal. In this, in the ramp itself, a hole to extract the metal out. While seeing the diagram, the molten metal is placed inside the die which is closed at 3 ends, and a puller which has an hole to extract the metal out through the puller itself. So it is called as an indirect excretion. Impact excretion. It can be explained through a diagram. While seeing the first diagram, the molten metal is placed or poured in a die, and a punch or a stamp is dropped through a force which impact on the metal and make the shape of it. It is shown in the diagram 2. After the force is impact on the molten metal, it gives the shape of that, which is our final product. The most suitable metal for this impact excretion is aluminium, hydrostatic excretion. In this, a fluid pressure plays a major role of this. While it can be also explained through the diagram, we see the diagram. The material is placed inside a closed die and fluid is filled in it. When the ramp gives a pressure to it, the fluid pressure is impact all the side of the metal which is placed inside the closed die and pulls through the open hole in the opposite to the ramp, and the excreted product comes out through that hole with reducing the cross section area. But the defect and hydrostatic excretion has some limitation of working with hot and high pressure is dangerous, and working for long time cycle is not permitted. Thank you.